The baseball equipment industry is changing faster right now than it has in the last 50 years. And not every brand is going to survive. Some of the biggest names in the game, brands your father used, brands your coach swore by, are quietly disappearing. Some have already gone. Others are on life support, coasting on a reputation that stopped meaning anything the day they stopped innovating. Today I am reading you 7 obituaries, 7 baseball brands that are dying or already dead in 2026. And at the end, I will introduce you to the 3 brands that are taking their place. This is not a warning video. This is a funeral. Let us begin. Brand number 7, Reebok. Cause of death, abandonment. Reebok once made baseball cleats and gloves that sat on shelves right next to Nike and Adidas. They sponsored professional athletes. They had a real presence in the game. Then one day, they decided baseball was not worth their time. Reebok pulled out of baseball equipment entirely. No announcement, no farewell. They simply stopped making the products and redirected everything toward fitness and CrossFit. Today, you can find old Reebok baseball gloves on resale sites collecting dust. But the company has moved on completely. Reebok did not die because their products failed. They died because they chose to leave. And in baseball, once you walk away, nobody waits for you to come back. But at least Reebok made a clean exit. The next brand died a much slower death. Brand number 6, Spalding. Cause of death, living in the past. Spalding has been around since 1876. They make the official basketball of the NBA. Their name carries weight that most brands would kill for. But Spalding no longer makes baseball equipment. Their gloves disappeared from serious retail shelves years ago, replaced by synthetic budget models that ended up in clearance bins. The name still existed on the product, but the quality that once made Spalding a baseball brand worth respecting had been gone long before they officially stepped away. Spalding chose basketball. They chose volleyball. They chose every sport except the one that helped build their name in the first place. 2 brands gone. One left by choice. One faded by neglect. The next one did not get either option. Brand number 5, TPX, cause of death. Absorbed by a competitor. TPX was Louisville Slugger's premium glove line. For years, it represented the highest tier of their leather craftsmanship. Players who wanted a Louisville Slugger glove that could compete with Heart of the Hide and the A2000 reached for TPX. Then Wilson acquired Louisville Slugger, and quietly, the TPX glove line was discontinued. Wilson already had the A2000 and the A2K. They did not need another premium glove competing against their own flagship products. So TPX was shelved. Today, TPX gloves are collector's items on resale markets. It was not killed by poor quality. It was killed by corporate strategy. Wilson bought the house and demolished the guest room. 3 brands down. Each one died differently. Abandonment, neglect, acquisition. But the next 4 are still breathing. Barely. Brand number 4, Schutt, cause of death, corporate suffocation. Schutt made baseball helmets and protective equipment for decades. They were a trusted name in player safety. Coaches and parents recognized Schutt and felt confident putting it on their kids' heads. Then Schutt was acquired by Surter Sports. Under new ownership, the baseball equipment line was quietly discontinued. The brand still exists in football helmets, but in baseball, Schutt is gone. No headlines, no announcements. One day their products were on the shelf. The next day they were not. And most people never noticed. Brand number 3, Nike, cause of death, strategic retreat. Nike is the most powerful sports brand on earth. But in baseball equipment, specifically gloves and protective gear, Nike made a calculated decision to pull back. Nike no longer manufactures its own high-end baseball gloves. They shifted toward licensing models, letting other manufacturers produce products that carry the Nike name. The swoosh is still on the product, but Nike's hands are no longer in the leather. Their cleats are still competitive. Their apparel still dominates. But in the equipment game, Nike is dying by choice. They are slowly removing themselves from the categories where craftsmanship matters most and doubling down where brand recognition alone moves units. Nike is not dead yet, but the heartbeat in their equipment division gets weaker every year. Brand number 2, Under Armour, cause of death, losing the pros. Under Armour once had a real presence in professional baseball. Their gear appeared in MLB dugouts. Their marketing positioned them as the performance alternative to Nike. But Under Armour's baseball gloves quietly disappeared from the hands of professional players. Their focus shifted to apparel and cleats, where their brand story translated more naturally. The glove game requires decades of leather expertise that Under Armour never had time to build. You can still buy an Under Armour baseball glove today, but the MLB presence that once gave those gloves credibility is gone. Without the pros wearing your product, you are selling a memory, not a future. Brand number 1, Adidas. Cause of death, never truly alive. This is the strangest obituary on the list, because Adidas never really lived in baseball equipment. They are a global athletic powerhouse. Their brand recognition is top 5 on the planet. But in baseball gloves and protective gear, Adidas never established themselves the way Wilson, Rawlings, and Mizuno did. They tried, they priced competitively, they put the 3 stripes on the leather. But the baseball community never adopted Adidas as an equipment brand the way they adopted them in soccer or basketball. Adidas is not dead in baseball. They are dying of irrelevance. And in this industry, irrelevance is the slowest, most painful cause of death. Nobody tells you it is happening. You just wake up one day and realize nobody is reaching for your glove anymore. 7 brands, 7 funerals. But the market is not shrinking, it is reshuffling. And 3 brands are walking into the space they left behind. Taking over number 3, Warstick. Warstick started in a Texas garage, not a factory, a garage. They began by making custom wood bats for MLB players who wanted something different from mass-produced options. The players noticed. The feel was different, the wood quality was different. Today, Warstick produces metal bats, wood bats, batting gloves, and fielding gloves. Their Bone Saber composite bat line is one of the fastest growing in youth and travel ball. They did it without a single mega sponsorship deal. Warstick grew because players chose them. In an industry full of dying legacy brands, Warstick is proof that you do not need 100 years of history. You need 100% commitment to the product. Taking over number 2, 44 Pro gloves. The traditional glove model has worked the same way for decades. A company designs a glove. They manufacture 10,000 of them. You walk into a store and buy the one that fits closest to your hand. 44 Pro threw that entire model away. They let you design your own glove from scratch. You pick the leather, the web, the colors, the fit, everything. Then they handcraft it to your exact specifications. Their base price starts around $250 for a fully custom, professional-grade glove. That is the same price as a premium off-the-shelf glove, except yours is built specifically for your hand. 44 Pro is growing fastest in college and travel ball, and the traditional brands have no answer for the customization revolution they started. Taking over number 1, Marucci. Every dying brand on this list has one thing in common. They stopped being chosen by the people who actually play the game. Marucci is the opposite story. Marucci was founded in 2004 in a backyard workshop in Baton Rouge, Louisiana by 2 former college players and a professional woodworker. They started making wood bats by hand for MLB players frustrated with inconsistent quality from the big brands. No marketing budget, no corporate backing, just better wood and players who could feel the difference the moment they stepped into the box. Word spread. More pros switched. Today, Marucci's wood bats are used by more MLB players than any other single brand on the planet. Not because of sponsorship money, because of the product. They have since expanded into composite bats, gloves, and protective gear. Their CATX bat line dominates independent performance testing. Their Capital Series gloves use premium Japanese kip leather, and their growth shows no signs of slowing. Marucci did not take over by outspending the dying brands. They took over by making a better product and letting the players decide. 7 brands dying, 3 brands rising. The brands that survive will be the ones that earn their place on the field every single season, not the ones still living off a name they built 50 years ago. If this video opened your eyes, hit subscribe. Every video on this channel audits a different corner of the baseball equipment industry. Bats, gloves, cleats, helmets, all of it gets the same treatment. I will see you in the next one.